Out of all the teams in the NBA, there's always going to be contenders. There's always going to be teams that are in the middle with no direction. And then there's always going to be young teams to where we can expect in a few years or so that they will be contenders in the league and a force to be reckoned with. And guys, that's what we're going to cover for this video today. I do have a few teams, young teams that I expect for them to grow and might as well to be title contenders in a few years or so. So the first two I'm going to cover is what we're seeing for our gameplay as of right here. The Atlanta Hawks as well as the Dallas Mavericks. Now with the Dallas Mavericks being led by Luka Doncic, a stellar, should have been an All-Star's first season, but as we can see, he took the league by storm. Now in his second season, he is an MVP candidate. This is something to where we did not expect him to grow and his potential to be, this quick to where he's top 5 in the MVP conversation, top 5, pretty much right now, or top 5 or top 10 in the game of basketball as of right now. So number 1 with the Dallas Mavericks. The Mavericks for the past couple of years, they've been in the rebuilding states. They've been trying to push to be contender back into 2015. And then back in the past couple of years, they've been, up and down, missing the playoffs, losing in the first round. But now receiving Luka Doncic, I don't know if the Mavericks were expecting him to be that good. I do know Mark Cuban was watching him overseas to where he was 16 years old going against grown men. And they like that European style play of game. And this is translating into the NBA as today. So Luka Doncic leading the way. The Mavericks, if the playoffs were to start right now, would be a 7th seed going against the Los Angeles Clippers. That's something to where it could be 5 games to where the Clippers would take out the Mavericks. But the Mavericks have a bright future ahead of them. If the regular season were to finish off, as NBA reports are stating, there may be a couple 8 to 10 more games. They'll finish off with 70 games. And then after that, the playoffs would start. So if that's the case, you can see the Mavericks ranging from around the 5th seed to the 7th. And depending on either, they're probably going to be a first round exit. But guys, looking in the future within this team, you do have Porzingis and Luka as the foundation. All they just need, what I see is the Mavericks just need a small forward, a young stud. I know Michael Porter Jr. is out of the equation, but if they get someone like him, I believe within that, guys, we can see the Mavericks be a potential dynasty in the future. Within them, I do see the Mavericks with Luka Doncic and Porzingis making a finals appearance within the next 3 to 4 seasons. We got to remember with LeBron James on the Lakers, in the next 2 to 3 seasons, LeBron's going to be out, done with, probably retired if so. The Clippers, we don't know what's going to happen with them in the future. But whenever we're looking at the young teams in the NBA, the Dallas Mavericks in the Western Conference are number 1. And you're always going to have the Warriors that are going to be contenders as within there. I could see within next season within the Mavericks, they'll probably be around a top 3, top 4 team. I could see them going to the second round of the playoffs. You got to remember, guys, next season, I'm still looking at the Lakers, the Clippers, the Warriors back now being healthy. And then after that, I'm going to have to put the Mavericks at the number 4 slot. Whenever you have the Jazz and Nuggets, they're here or there. They're not very promising for me. But Dallas is number 1 in the equation when it comes to basketball. Switching things back into the Western Conference, the New Orleans Pelicans, they're a team to where with Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram as your foundation, and then you have lower tier players right underneath them, tier 2 with Lonzo Ball. I believe they're going to trade away Drew Holiday within the future. That's what I would do, to be honest. Then you got, Julio Okafor. You have the other center, the cat. I forgot what his name was, 20 years old. It just slipped my mind, but he's running center for them. I think he's number 34 on the team. Yeah, he's a rookie. The Pelicans, man, they have huge potential, especially with Zion Williamson. And Zion's been dominating the first year of his in the league right now. He's only played around 20 to 30 games, just dominating. With Zion, I would love for him to work on his ball handling skills, lose a little more weight because he is around 6'6", 6'7", playing that 4 slot. And if this is something to where he can become more of a slasher, lose some more weight, handling the ball from time to time, I think that'll be a great into his development. His jump shot's looking nice. Just keep on working on that. The Pelicans, within the next 3 to 4 years, they're going to be battling with the Mavericks in the playoffs, the conference finals, to get to the finals. So I'm very excited about them. Some other teams to where some people are excited about or could possibly see potential, I don't really see it. The Phoenix Suns, as Devin Booker with the number 1 option on your team, he's been in the league for around 3 to 4 years. I just don't see it, even if you surround him, because this is the Western Conference, guys. If this were in the Eastern Conference, this would be a different subject and different topic. I could see how Devin Booker could be in Phoenix for a couple more years and then demand a trade, or as well as just leaving free agency. Same thing that translates into the Minnesota Timberwolves. I don't see a future for them. In the last 4 to 5 years, I did, whenever it was Cat, Andrew Wiggins, and Zach LaVine, but they pretty much traded everybody, got that messed up to where they brought in Jimmy Butler, which messed up their timeline and growth. That's a different subject for another day. So I got Phoenix Suns and the Timberwolves out of the equation. They used to have potential, but not anymore. But again, guys, in the Western Conference, you do have the Dallas Mavericks and the New Orleans Pelicans. I can definitely see either of these teams making the finals in the future, battling in the conference finals. It'd be a great fun matchup, and it's great for the game of basketball. Pace and space, you have a star in Zion as well as Luka. And this is something to where I'm very excited about within the future. And this could be in the next 2 seasons to where they can make a conference finals, each of them. Guys, I'm going to switch it over to the Eastern Conference. First of all is the Atlanta Hawks, led by Trae Young. I'm very excited about this team. They kind of implement the Golden State Warriors style play. Trae Young is very similar and has been influenced by Stephen Curry. We can see with Trae Young, different kind of style of passing, which is his passing is very underrated. His passing is right up there with his shooting. They just did add in Clint Capella within a trade with the Houston Rockets, so now they have that 5 slot, which Capella is around 26 years old. He has playoff experience. I think this would be a great fit. If the catching lobs off the screen and lob from Trae Young to Clint Capella, plus that defensive anchor and mindset for him being 6'11". John Collins at the 4. They have a great front court between those two players. What I think they do need to work on, either coming with this draft or as well as they will have cap space within this 2020 free agency class, bringing in a shooting guard as well as a small forward. Me personally, if I'm the Atlanta Hawks, I will look to try to trade for Buddy Hield. He's around 25, 26 years old. I think around maybe even 27 during this time, because he did play 4 years at OU. I would love to bring in Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield is a player that, if he wants to become more of a quote-unquote star or develop himself, he needs to switch over to the Eastern Conference so where he can make some playoff appearances. And putting a Buddy Hield at a number 2 option within Trae Young offensive set, I think that would be a great fit for the team. He can be a spot-up shooter. He can run with the second unit from times to be the number 1 option during that time period. Then at number 3, you can keep a DeAndre Hunter, as well as they do have some other young cats on the team. So I'm very excited about the Atlanta Hawks. This is something to where in the next 3 to 4 seasons, I can actually see the Hawks go against the Mavericks in the finals. That would be a very fun finals matchup. I definitely see that working out in the future, guys. So now we listed the 3 teams, the Mavericks, as well as the Pelicans and the Hawks. Another young team I am very excited about as well, and they pretty much been in the mix, is the Boston Celtics. You had Kyrie Irving leave. I know you have Kemba Walker, who's around 30 years old, that did join the team. Besides that, I'm looking forward to Jason Tatum. You have Marcus Smart as well as Jaylen Brown. Those 3, that young core within that team. We can definitely see the Boston Celtics be in the conference finals from time to time. Maybe a finals appearance or so in the near future, but that's something we can see with that. And then lastly, guys, those are the 3 teams. There's really no other young teams in the NBA that they're going to, fully have their potential to either reach a conference finals or finals that I see. So again, the Dallas Mavericks and the New Orleans Pelicans in the Western Conference, and as well as in the East, we do have the Atlanta Hawks and the Boston Celtics. Let me know, guys, if these could be different conference finals matchups as well as finals appearances. And then, just let me know in the comments below what you guys think, what other teams I may have been missing or potential, and we can cover from that.